Hello, how you doing? This is the second chess drill on my beginning chess drill series. It's called Sweet 16 Opening, and I like to use it to show the student that they have some creative power in their opening. They don't have to play what everybody else is playing, and they certainly can explore new realms, let's say. So the rules of the Sweet 16 are very simple, and the goal is very simple. The goal is to get every piece on the board to move just once. So you have 16 moves to get everything moved just once. The rules are you can't block another piece from moving. So a move like knight f6 immediately blocks the f pawn. Okay, so we can't do that, unfortunately. Even though it is one of the coolest moves ever, knight f6 is my favorite move for black, no matter what white does. I like knight f6. But you can't start with knight f6 because now the f pawn can't move. And you don't want to start off with something like this because now this knight has nowhere to go. So that's one way to block in your piece. Let's go back. There's a very straightforward way that I call the rhinoceros. It's a step up from the hippo, okay? And we all know the hippo is where every pawn moves up just one square. All of these, they move up one square and then the pieces go in behind them. The rhinoceros is one step further. There might be another name for this, but I am definitely not sure. Okay. Very bold. Very to the point, moving every piece up just once. 16 moves, all 16 pieces have made it out. And we didn't block a single one. Now, I came up with this when I was studying the ready opening. And there is a position, there is a certain, I want to say system within the ready system. Maybe it's the New York or something like that, I'm not really sure, where the white side moves every piece just once. Okay, now this is not the move order, I'm just building the position for you. But it's along the lines of something like this. Okay. Every piece is moved just once, except for these 3 pawns here. But it's possible even in real chess, even in over-the-board play, you can get this sort of thing to happen. So when I happened upon that, I said, well, maybe there's a way that I can have my students practice this, and there's the added benefit of now they can come up with whatever they want. Because there's really tons of ways to do it. You don't have to move every pawn up 2. You don't have to move every pawn up 1. You could create a pattern. You could even do it on the light squares. But the student really has the creative power to make up their own Sweet 16 opening. But there is one tiny, tiny wrinkle. Let's just do this. Let's get all of our pieces out and save the king and the rooks. Now, why are we saving the kings and the rooks? Because do you allow castling? And if you do allow castling, are you counting it as 1 move or 2 moves? If you allow it and count it as one move, then you are going to be at 15 moves as your limit. If you count it as 2, then you'll hit your 16. But when I did it with my students, I did not allow castling because I wanted to drive home the idea that you have to move every piece just once. These are not setups that you want to go for in your games because, one, they will not work, and the tougher your opponent is, they definitely will not allow you to get your sweet setup. Okay, So let's go back to the starting position and quickly go over the rules and the goal again. You want to get every piece out, move every piece just once, and to not block another piece. Unfortunately, we cannot start with knight f6 because that blocks the f pawn, and that sucks. But there are ways around that. We've got, oh, that illegal move. We've got a setup here, which could happen in a game, I suppose. We've moved every piece just once, and we have a sweet 16 opening. Again, get every piece out by moving every piece just once. Don't block other pieces. And for you, the teacher, or if you just want to practice this yourself, are you allowing castling? And if you are, does it count as one move or two moves? You can certainly include castling in this drill. It's really not a big deal. I just chose to not allow it because I wanted to be firm in the goal of moving every piece just once. And I didn't want them to be confused about is castling one move or two moves. Again, not a huge deal, but it allows the student to come up with their own ideas, to be creative. They can take this home, they can play around with it a little bit, and really come up with some interesting ideas. I saw students that fianchettoed on both sides. I saw some that, again, did the pawns all the way to the fourth rank. I saw others that did the pawn chain patterns. Whatever they want to come up with. And again, remind them it's not meant to use in a real game. It's just to get them practiced in using every piece in their arsenal. Okay, stay tuned for the next drill for beginning chess players, and thank you for watching.